Hello students, welcome to JCE Connect. In this video we are going to discuss biasing in BJT amplifiers, the classical discrete circuit bias arrangement and few solved examples. To begin with, biasing in BJT amplifiers. In this, here we are shown two circuits. This one is potential divider circuit, or also referred as voltage divider circuit. This is fixed bias circuit. If you observe here, there is a potential divider R1 and R2 in series. Voltage across R2 is connected to base terminal. If you observe the second representation, figure B, base resistor RB and collector resistor RC are connected to VCC. The current that is flowing through base resistor IB will determine the current that is flowing in output circuitry, that is collector current IC. The biasing problem is that of establishing a constant DC current in the collector of BJT. In the first figure A representation, with respect to this, to bias BJT by fixing VBE by using voltage divider across the power supply VCC is not a viable approach. The very sharp exponential relationship IC-VBE means that any small and inevitable differences in VBE from desired value will result in large differences in IC and in VCE. So here they mean to say that VBE should be constant. VBE should be maintained at say around 0.7 volt. VBE we expect it to be maintained at 0.7 volt. So here we are expecting voltage. So usually design point of view we are taking 1/3 of VCC here. So 1/3 of VCC, say suppose VCC is 12 volt, 1/3 of VCC will become 4 volt. At base terminal you will get, across R2 you will get 4 volt. If you take VBE 0.7, so 4 minus 0.7, that 3.3 volt is available at emitter terminal. So emitter is directly connected to ground in this case. In the second representation, biasing the BJT by establishing constant current in the base, where IB is given by VCC minus VBE divided by RB. VCC minus IB RB minus VBE equal to 0. If you rearrange the equation, you will get for IB it is VCC minus VBE divided by RB. VBE value is 0.7, so we are putting here VCC minus 0.7 divided by RB. Is also not recommended approach. Here typically large variations in the value of beta. Beta means current amplifying factor among units of the same device type will result in corresponding large variations in IC and hence in VCE. The current flowing through RC we are referring it as IC. Voltage output voltage you are collecting across collector terminal, which you are referring as VCE. Since emitter is connected directly to ground, we can refer it as either VC or VCE. If you observe the classical discrete circuit bias arrangement, say potential divider network, now here emitter resistor RA is introduced in this circuit. So this circuit, by applying Thevenin's equivalent law, so you can be further reduced. At base terminal you are applying Thevenin equivalent law. Voltage available at this point will be R2 divided by R1 plus R2 times VCC, that we are referring it as VBB at this terminal. And then current is flowing through RB This RB is nothing but, see, R1 parallel R2. RB at input side, when you connect it to ground, R1 will become in parallel with R2. So effective resistance will be R1 parallel R2. Voltage at this point is VCC into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So at input side we have applied Thevenin equivalent and we have converted into single voltage source and single resistor. So this resistor we are referring it as RB, which is nothing but R1 parallel R2. Current flowing through RB we are referring it as IB, base current. You observe that only source in this circuit is a DC source VCC. So all the current and voltages that are shown in the circuit are DC currents and DC voltages, IB, IC, IE, VB. Okay. The current I can be determined by writing Kirchhoff's loop equation for the base emitter ground loop labeled L. Okay, you can write. So IB can be given as IE divided by beta plus 1. So how you are derived this one is IE is nothing but IB plus IC. IE emitter current is sum of IB and IC, and IC can be written in terms of IB as beta times IB. IC can be written as beta times IB. So IB plus beta times IB, we can write it as beta 1 plus beta times IB. So that 1 plus beta times IB is flowing through in emitter terminal. So that only can be rewritten as IE is beta plus 1 times IB, or IB can be written as IE divided by beta plus 1. By applying KVL at this loop, you can write VBB minus IBRB minus VBE minus IERE equal to 0. So further, if you rearrange, you can write it as VBB minus VBE equal to IBRB plus IERE. So this further you can write VBB minus VBE is equal to IE divided by beta plus 1 times RB IE into RE. So if you take IE term common, it will be RB divided by beta plus 1 plus RE. So if you rearrange the equation, you will get final expression as shown. IE is VBB minus VBE divided by RE plus RB divided by beta plus 1, where beta is current amplification factor, usually of the order of few hundred values. For larger values of beta, so this 1 can be neglected, as beta value is higher. So beta plus 1 value will be much variation is much lesser, so we can approximate it as beta plus 1 is equal to beta for larger values of beta, current amplification factor. To make IE insensitive to temperature and beta variation. Now beta current amplification is determined by the process by which device is manufactured. So if you take same two transistors, say BC109 BJT, so two transistors may not have same beta value, current amplification factor, and as they to make IE insensitive to temperature and beta variation, what is the condition is VBB should be much larger value compared to VBE, and one more assumption is RE should be very much greater than RB divided by beta plus 1. So by condition A, first condition, VBB very much greater than VBE, ensure that small variations in VBE, as VBB is much larger value compared to VBE, small variations in VBE will be swamped by the much larger VBB. So the output current that is flowing in collector will not be affected due to the variations in VBE when you select when the value is VBB is much larger value. Second condition states that RE very much greater than RB divided by beta plus 1 makes IE insensitive to variations in beta and could be selected by selecting RB small value. thus in turn achieved by using low values for R1 and R2. In our circuit analysis, we are, this RB represents R1 parallel R2. By selecting R1, R2 lower values, we can keep RB small and RB small, and when you are divided by beta plus 1. Okay, so if beta varies also, since RE you have selected much larger value, so this term is not affecting your emitter current IE. So in this case what you are doing is VBB very much greater than VBE. So VBE variations can be observed, and RE you are making very much greater than RB divided by beta plus 1. So variations in beta will not affect much the collector current, emitter current, or you can say output current that is flowing IC and IE. So that effect will be minimized. So variations in temperature and beta value can be minimized by taking these two conditions, or by satisfying these two conditions. As a rule of thumb, one designs for VBB about one third VCC, VCB or VCE about one third of VCC, and ICRC about one third VCC. So if you observe circuit, so VBB lies here, VBB point. So here we expect, as a thumb rule, voltage should be one third of VCC, and voltage at collector terminal that you are collecting, so that should be one third of VCC. The drop across this RC, ICRC, it should be one third of VCC. Typically one selects R1 and R2 such that their current in the range IE to 0.1 IE. So R1 and R2 values are selected such that their current in the range IE to 0.1 IE. Okay, we observe this example. We wish to design the bias network of amplifier in figure to establish a current IE 1 milliampere using power supply VCC of 12 volt. The transistor is specified to have a nominal beta value is 100. So in this problem statement, VCC they have mentioned 12 volt, beta value they have mentioned it as 100, IE value they have mentioned at 1 milliampere. So now we need to calculate the values of R1, R2, RC and RE based on for satisfying the given requirements. So to solve or to find the values of R1, R2, RC and RE, so we follow these thumb rules. We shall follow rule of thumb mentioned above and allocate one third VCC across R2. One third VCC across R2 means voltage at this point, base terminal, will be one third of VCC means 4 volt. So VB is 4 volt at this point. VB is 4 volt. Since VBE for practical calculation we are considering it as 0.7 volt, voltage at emitter terminal VE can be given as 4 minus 0.7, that is 3.3 volt. We know voltage at this point emitter terminal is 3.3 volt and current that is flowing is 1 milliampere. If I want to find what is value of RE, you can take the ratio. Voltage at the emitter terminal is 3.3 volt divided by the emitter current 1 into 10 raised to minus 3, that is 3.3 kilo ohm. We select a voltage divider current of 0.1 IE. So 0.1 IE means 0.1 milliampere, since IE value is 1 milliampere. If you select 0.1 IE, it will be 0.1 milliampere. Neglecting base current, we find R1 plus R2, 12 divided by 0.1 milliampere. So you will get around 120 kilo ohm. We know that voltage across R2, which is R2 divided by R1 plus R2 times VCC is 4 volt. So to satisfy this condition, we can select R2 40 kilo ohm and R1 80 kilo ohm, 0.1 milliampere. At this point, it is desirable to find. So if you select R1 and R2 80 kilo ohm and 40 kilo ohm with the given data VBB minus VBE, that is VBB is 4 volt, VBE is 0.7, so you will get 3.3. RE value is 3.3 kilo ohm. We have calculated 80 kilo ohm parallel 40 kilo ohm. So what you have to do is, so R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So by that you solve this expression R parallel branch. So you will get around 26.67 into 10 raised to 3 or kilo ohm. Beta is 100, beta plus 1 will become 101. So if you solve further, IE value will be resulted as 0.43 milliampere. So we are expecting to design IE value 1 milliampere by selecting R1 and R2 80 and 40 kilo ohm. So we are getting 0.43 milliampere. So this is quite lower than the value we are aiming for 1 milliampere. For the same analysis, if we are willing to draw more current from power supply and accept lower input resistance for the amplifier, then we may use voltage divider current equal say to I, that is 1 milliampere, resulting in R1 8 kilo ohm and R2 4 kilo ohm. Now the new values 8 kilo ohm and 4 kilo ohm, the input resistance of the transistor will be reduced. If you are okay with your design to set output current 1 milliampere, okay, you can see that if you substitute values, so retaining VBB 4, VB 0.7, RE value 3.3 kilo ohm calculated, R1 R2 values are changed. Instead of 80 kilo ohm and 40 kilo ohm, here 8 kilo ohm and 4 kilo ohm. If you substitute and calculate, you will get the IE value approximately equal to 0.99 milliampere or 1 milliampere. So our requirement is satisfied. So of getting IE 1 milliampere. In this case, design 2, we need to change the value of RE. Finally, the value of RC can be determined from RC is equal to 12 minus VC by RC. So how you have got this expression is voltage at this point VC can be given as VCC minus ICRC. VC can be given as VCC minus ICRC. VCC minus VC divided by IC will give you RC by rearranging that equation. If you substitute IC is alpha times IE, that is 0.99 times 1 milliampere, approximately 1 milliampere. RC value can be calculated as 12 minus 8 divided by 1 milliampere. So you will get value. Here you can observe RC is derived from this equation VCC minus VC divided by IC. So this IC value we have taken it as 1 milliampere and VC value is substituted voltage at collector point as 8 volt. So RC value we are getting 4 kilo ohm. Next example, for design 1 in example 1, calculate the expected range of IE if the transistor used has beta in the range of 50 to 150. Express the range of IE as a percentage of the nominal value. IE nearly equal to 1 milliampere obtained for beta equal to 100. For design 1, if you consider beta value as 50, VBB 4 volt, VB 0.7, RE say 3 kilo ohm. You have selected these values. We have R1 and R2 values 80 kilo ohm and 40 kilo ohm. Parallel value if we calculate and substitute here 26.67 kilo ohm. Beta plus 1 will become 51. So current is 0.937 milliampere. In the same design one, if beta value, if you substitute 150, and we'll see beta value 150, RE value we assumed 3 kilo, a standard resistor, 3 kilo here. So here you can calculate IE value with beta value 150. So here you can see that as beta value is increased 151, this ratio, okay, IE value is approximately 1.038 milliampere. So the current is varying from 0.937 milliampere to 1.038 milliampere. So beta value is varying from 50 to 150. So the current is also varying, that we have calculated for design 1, where R1 and R2 values we have assumed 80 kilo ohm and 40 kilo ohm.